Now for the last video for the backtesting, which is one of the, for me, what's one of the most important feature on FXReplay is the tags or the variables. What do we mean by variables? So let's say you have an entry, right? And let's say the entry was, below the orb, and there's an sorry, and there's the IFVG, and then that's your entry, right? So a variable could be, was there on your entry, was there an SMT? Yes or no? So that's a variable SMT, yes, SMT, no. And then you click on that. And then let's say, was the price below the VWAP or above the VWAP? That's a variable. Was the price below the midnight or above the midnight? That's also a variable, right? What was the daily candle looks like, bullish or bearish or doji? What's the 15-minute candle looks like? What the 1 hour, like you could add whatever variable that you want to, right, on top of the strategy. So that just I want to clear one thing, that does not change the strategy at all. So just when you backtest, okay, your entry your entry is mechanical, nothing changes, right? But on your entry, on the exact moment, you'll see, okay, so let's say, was there an SMT between NQ and the correlated pair ES? If there's no SMT, just click SMT, no. Was the price above VWAP or below VWAP? Yes, above or below. Midnight open, are we above or below, etc. And then doing that, and you're gathering data along the years. Let's say you've backtested 2024, and you have like around 450 to like 500 trades, okay? And then you'll have your win rate, and then you will be able to filter. So let's which that will help you determine your A plus setup from A plus plus, from B plus C and whatever. Okay, so let's say you want to filter your trades. You want to say, okay, if I'm going longs, and if I have an SMT with the long, and I'm above the midnight open and above the VWAP, what is my win rate? So you see where I'm going? So you could do that. You could filter this. This is very OP. Like that's such a powerful mechanic you can use through backtesting through your data, add it to your edge. So once you see it live, like for me, when I see an SMT, I just increase my risk. As simple as that. Because when I backtested, when you have an SMT, obviously the frequency is lower because not every entry has an SMT. But when there's an SMT, it's a higher probability that this trade is going to be a winner. Okay, so I will stop talking now and just show you how to add the variables and then how to apply it on the charts. Okay, how to add it on the charts. So that's a dashboard. You go to the account settings on the bottom left corner, and then you go to the journal section, journal, and then you'll have the tags here. Well, that's my own personal tags. That's what I've been backtesting recently. I'm just, trying things out. Let's say you wanna add an SMT. All right. So for you to add an SMT, you have to type SMT yes, and then add. If there's not, if there isn't an SMT, no. You could name it whatever you want to name it, but you have to, like, if it's two options A or B, you have to add them both, right? Add. Okay. VWAP above the price or VWAP below the price. Midnight open. Night open. Or for simplicity sake, let's just do MO, midnight open above, midnight open below. Right? And then they're all added. Okay? All right. So now we go to this chart to the chart, sorry. We go to the other session, right? We'll just look for a just random entry, whatever. Just for the sake of let's say I want to look for an inversion or break of structure here. We enter here, okay? Something like this. Your stop is below here, right? and then TP is whatever. Place order. I'm not gonna go through all of this. We've already been through them. All right. Save and journal. Okay. You'll have this tab. Just minimize that tab, and then let's open two screens, ES and NQ. Right. So we need to add the indicator for the VWAP. Sorry, VWAP, and then yeah, we have the midnight open already. The VWAP. You need to zoom out. Yeah, that's the VWAP. Zoom out a little bit, and then it will be shown. All right. So we have the VWAP here. I love the like for me, I always use the VWAP on the chart. Okay. So my entry, that's the midnight open. We are above the midnight open and above the VWAP. So right away, I'm gonna take a screenshot before the trade, right? And then on the select tags, am I above the VWAP or below? I'm VWAP above. Am I above the midnight open or below the midnight open? I am above. Above means, well, you could name it. Here I mean that we are above the midnight open and above the VWAP. And do I have an SMT on the entry? The SMT that I take, so you have to define your SMT to be mechanical. SMT, do you want to take between two candles? I mean, two wicks, or between swing to swing? Personally, I love to see a swing to swing candle. So something between here and here, which I do not have an SMT in this case scenario. So I'll type SMT no, all right? And that's a variable, okay? That's your variable. And then you just let the trade go. Oh, it's a loser. It's a loser trade. We just entered randomly. But you get my point, right? And then we save here. Boom. Now, once we've done all of that, obviously you have to gather more data on it. I'm gonna do one more random trade just so that you can get the glimpse of how it should work. Let's say we're gonna enter here another break of structure. It's just random entry. All right, save in journal. And that entry, what do we have? First, let's take screenshot before, and then do you have an SMT or not? Nope, no SMT. That means SMT no. SMT no. All right. We are still above VWAP and midnight open. That's a midnight open. That's a VWAP. We're above the VWAP. VWAP above, midnight open above, and then let the trade go. Well, that's a nice strategy, I think. Oh, you're kidding me? Move the break even. But you got the point, right? You just got the point, right? It's break even, whatever. Then you screenshot, you save. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. And then once you've done all of that, you go to the analytics section, same as I showed you guys yesterday. You have the equity curve. Obviously, we're just entering on whatever, and we're just entering random trades, right? But I'm gonna show you how to filter those trades. So let's say on the sorry, on the tags section, that's the variable. Tags is the variable. So on the asset, well, we're only trading NQ, but you can just like it's by default NQ. You can just choose NQ. If you're trading on both ES and NQ, then you have to be specific. All right. Sides, long or short. Let's say I'm going long, right? Longs. So when I go long, I want to be above the VWAP and above the midnight open, right? And then you'll apply filter. Or if you want to see like a specific day, like when I do that on Tuesday or like on Mondays, because it's the worst days, you apply filter. Well, obviously, because we traded, I think like here we have no trades recorded because I think we traded not Monday. I don't know. What did you trade? Okay, so it was Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Tags view up above, view up midnight open above. You know, to Tuesday. apply filter is going to be 0% win rate because obviously we didn't run any trades on this random entries. And based on that, you can tell which setup is A++ and which one is, like which one is high probability, which one is low probability based on this filtering. So you're not changing the strategy at all. You're just changing, you're just adding variables to it. So if you see this thing on the chart, that's an extra confirmation. It means you can increase your risk upon that. Okay? So that will be it, I guess. I will just explain one last thing that I forgot to explain yesterday is how to go. Let's say you missed a price entry, right? Like you had the setup and then you missed that setup. You want to go back to that setup. So how can you go back, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people like having troubles and difficulties to do so. How to do is just go to show nav bar and then click this back button. Go to the account, all right, and then you go to backtesting, and then there's something called enable replay. For you, it will be like like disabled. You have to enable it. Once you click that, which in my case scenario, it is already enabled. Go back to dashboard, to the orb here. I don't know why I named that orb though. I'm not trading on the orb. Yeah. Okay. So let's say I want to enter somewhere here. I missed it. You just right click on the chart and then replay to this date. Yes, proceed, and then we'll just reload and then take you back to your entry that you missed. Okay, and that will be it for the video. I hope you guys find this very beneficial. You have to actually backtest like a lot of data for you to get an actual win rate on the variables. Trust me, it will help you a lot on your strategy. All right, boys, that'll be it. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.